Hello. I'm here in my office. I know there's a little shadowy, but I love being in my office for you. You see a new place. Do you see what's around the corner there? That's a new present. I got a gift of a signed helmet by the most highly paid quarterback. Yes, right here in Atlanta. All right. I want to talk to you today about, I'm sorry, my head's cut off a little bit, but the flip chart is perfect. I want you to get an opportunity to sink into my episode 15 on motivation. This is an area I talk about a lot with my clients because there's such a desire to be motivated to work out, to eat well. Even those that I'm working with that are growing their businesses, they want to be motivated to do more in their business. So we talk about this a lot on the phone. So I love bringing to you some life hacks in my podcast for you, as well as just a simplified way of looking at it today. This month in my podcast, May, is Mindset May. And please let me know if you're there and leave a comment. And if you listen to the replay and want to offer questions, please do so. So this is Mindset May, again, as I said, and this is all about getting kind of to the bottom of some classic areas that affect our lives. So this week is motivation. Next week is the trying versus committing. The next week, I'm writing that podcast today, is about drama, and most of it around other relationships, other people, how they cause us so much drama, and what to do about that. I don't even know how I'm closing the month, so just stay tuned. Probably confidence. I think I want to close with confidence. So if you'd love to be more motivated, there's two things. You need to understand why you're not and have a little curiosity around it. Why are you not motivated around it? And I'll let you know that there are some very classic sneaky thoughts that create a lot of resistance. And I call it the brick wall of resistance. So this would be like our energy of being motivated. So it's January 1 and we're really motivated. Christine Cleveland, hello. Then you have a lot of motivation to get over these common beliefs. So what I want to entertain and show you today is there's some very sneaky basic beliefs that get in the way of our motivation. They make us feel lazy, tired. We kind of name ourselves a lot of things that we're really not because we're trying to understand why we're not motivated. And I'll tell you, it's getting over this brick wall, and explain this a little more deeply on the podcast, that we say things like, I don't have enough time, I can't cook. This is all around food habits. I'm not good on the phone if you're trying to make and create more business. I'm busy. That's another reason we don't do things. It's difficult. I don't like. I can't. But I want to explain that these kind of operate in the background of our mind a lot. And what can get us moving is, really being very motivated and focused on something like wholeheartedly. And that's how we get over these beliefs. But then we have normal life, or we have a really busy work week and we're focused on something else. And all of a sudden we hit the brick wall and we stop doing those things we were really motivated to do before. So there are 3 ways that you can life hack. This is hacking it. We're going to life hack motivation. The first really is about self-coaching. It is really asking yourself around those like little resistant thoughts. I'll use the example of I don't have enough time. So if you think you don't have enough time, your brain goes, yep, you don't have enough time. You don't look for a creative idea. You don't look for a spot on your calendar. For whatever you're trying to do, when you think the thought, it sounds so innocent. It sounds very true. In our world, yes, we're really busy. But when it's really important to you, you do it. So if there's something new that you'd love to be more motivated, I would just encourage you to watch how you're talking to yourself. And when you find that there's a thought like ask why you're not doing something, you'll come up with all these sneaky thoughts. So you can reduce your motivation, the resistance to motivation by reducing the resistant thoughts. So if you think the thought, I don't have enough time, is that serving you? That can bust it and interrupt that thought right there. So ask, kind of question your objections and go, is it serving me to think I don't have time? You can switch it around and say, when do I have time? And your brain will look for an opportunity to do that task or something that you want to be motivated to do. Another way we can stay really motivated, and especially around wellness and things that we want to incorporate in our life, is deciding ahead of time. Exercise is a perfect example for this. If we decide ahead of time, it's also going to be cold calling, anything that you are having resistance to do. The hack is just decide ahead of time. Block it in your calendar. If it's about working out, you would want to set your clothes out the night before. You would put a gym bag in your car or in, like, very visible in your office, so that when you're on the way home, you can't forget it. It's like, yes, you've planned to work out. So when you're tired at 5 o'clock, you remember you paid for the class or signed up for the class, or your favorite class is at 5:30, and you get your butt out the door. But you don't decide at 5 o'clock whether you're going to work out. Do you see the difference? Use your mental energy and capacity in the morning to make the decisions that are important for your day. Block your time that way, and it'll really help you get more done and kind of follow through with the things you want to. Again, I break this out a little more in depth in the podcast. Drafting. I created this when I wrote the podcast. I love this life hack. Draft the activity you think you don't like. Remember, everything's a thought, right? But draft an activity that is less desirable behind an activity that you love. So I literally get a lot of energy by getting on here and doing and preparing these videos. So I am going to sit down and make a lot of invitations to my next workshop, which you're invited to. And I'll talk about that at the end. And I'll leave a link in the notes. But when we draft our activities that we don't like behind ones we love, we can kind of borrow or hack that draft like a race car that goes right close behind it. We can hack that activity we don't want to do. Like think about this. You've just created something really cool in your business, or you have just done something really great, or you just closed a sale, or anything that you're just like so excited. I just encourage you to sit down and do your taxes after that. Do you see? It's like, use the really cool energy that's created by something you love to do and sneak right behind it and plan something that either you're fearful of doing, you don't feel like doing, all those little thoughts, and draft it right behind there. So I want to review. You can hack this by reducing the brick wall of thoughts that create a lot of resistance in your life around the things you want to be doing. And just ask, is that serving me to think I don't have enough time? Is it serving me, this is classic, to think I'm busy? I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm really busy. It closes the door to a lot of creativity that our brain can create on how to fit things in. Decide ahead of time. Decide when you have willpower. Don't decide at 5:30 when you're tired. Don't decide at 8 p.m. to eat because you don't have any willpower left. You ate your dinner. Decide ahead of time that you're not going to eat at night. This decision making ahead in really good energy space really helps us in those weak moments. We all have them. That's natural. It's human. Last, draft those activities. Do something that is not so much fun right behind something that is fun. Borrow that energy like a race car. Borrow that energy from the car ahead of you. I love bringing these videos to you, but I notice not many of you are coming live. So I just invite you to come live if you see the replay. And I invite you to catch the replay if it's in your feed. Write replay on your comment, and please let me know what questions you have about getting motivated. This is a beautiful opportunity for us to kind of have an interplay of Q&A. And if you'd love more and really want to get to the thoughts and the things that are getting in the way of your best life, that's what I do. I am offering some workshops this month, and live in Atlanta and e-webinar. You are invited, and it's all going to be around a discussion and some teaching around the work-life balance. Is it a myth? We're going to talk about it. We talk about what it kind of does for us in our head when we feel like we're out of balance, what is going on there. And you will walk away from this workshop with actionable, your plan to get more in balance or get more comfortable with what you're doing. So if you're starting a new business, you may feel a little out of balance. I encourage you, this is a season where you're doing a lot right now. That's okay. So those are the things, that's a way that we're going to talk about it. Being that balance, there are seasons for things that are busier in our work life and where we do have to make some sacrifices at home. But when that is getting your attention, how do you get back? How do you engage fully in your life, whether you're working or whether you're playing, which I highly recommend. We'll probably be talking about playing in that workshop. So you're invited to the workshop. You're invited to email me, Diana@DianaMurphyCoaching.com. And most of all, get on my podcasts and share them. Empowered Wellness for Leaders. And this is episode 15. Have a great day. Thanks, Christine, for watching.